Once upon a time, in a village at the edge of a deep, dark forest, lived a cheerful little girl named Red Riding Hood. She loved her red cloak, which her grandmother had lovingly sewn for her, hence her charming nickname. Red Riding Hood was known for her sweet nature, but sometimes her curiosity got the better of her. One sunny morning, Red Riding Hood's mother called her into the kitchen. "Dear, your grandmother isn't feeling well. Could you take this basket of goodies to her cottage? Remember, keep to the path and don't talk to strangers," her mother said earnestly. Red Riding Hood nodded, promising to be careful, as she picked up the basket filled with warm bread, tangy cheese, and juicy apples. The path through the forest was dappled with sunlight, and Red Riding Hood skipped along merrily, humming a little tune to herself. She soon forgot her mother's warnings as she marveled at the wonders of the forest. A squirrel chattering high in the treetops, a stream bubbling happily over smooth rocks, and the smell of pine needles all filled her with joy. But someone else was keeping an eye on the little girl. A sly wolf, his belly growling, spotted Red Riding Hood from behind a clump of ferns. "Ah, what a tasty little morsel," he thought to himself. With a cunning plan forming in his mind, the wolf sauntered out to greet her. "Hello, little girl. Where are you off to on such a lovely day?" Red Riding Hood remembered her mother's warning, but thought the wolf seemed friendly enough. "I'm going to my grandmother's cottage to bring her some goodies," she said politely. The wolf's eyes gleamed. "Oh, what a good little girl you are," he grinned. "Which way is her cottage?" Without a second thought, Red Riding Hood pointed in the direction of her grandmother's home. "It's just over there, beyond those tall oak trees," she replied. "Well then, I'll leave you to it. Have a lovely day," the wolf said, hiding his wicked thoughts behind a toothy smile. As Red Riding Hood continued on her way, the wolf took a shortcut through the forest, quickly reaching the grandmother's cottage. Knocking softly on the door, he was let in by the unsuspecting grandmother, whom he cunningly locked in a cupboard. Disguised in the grandmother's nightgown and cap, the wolf snuggled into bed, eagerly waiting for Red Riding Hood. When she finally arrived, Red Riding Hood noticed something odd about grandmother. "My, what big ears you have!" she exclaimed. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," replied the disguised wolf. "And grandmother, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with, my sweet." "But grandmother, what big teeth you have! All the better to eat you with."